game Saturday? What really stood out?
Well, first of all, our defense was outstanding. We really defended at a high level, held them to 31% from the field, and contested most of their shots. So very, very proud of our defense. We had 40 points at halftime. Our offense really struggled in the second half because of the turnovers. And it's frustrating as our team and our coaching staff. A lot of the turnovers are self-inflicted. It's just we traveled a few times by moving our pivot foot. We threw a couple balls out of bounds. One was a bounce pass. Second one was Nick threw it with 1:54 left. He had 0 for a dunk and threw it 100 miles an hour right out of bounds. We turned the ball over against the press when a couple guys were open. So a lot of things went into it, and a lot of it didn't have anything to do with Arizona State. It had more to do with us, poor decision making, or just lack of skill set under pressure. And so we were frustrated by it. We addressed it today, and we had a great practice. We didn't turn the ball over the last 25 minutes of practice once. So it's one of those things where it can cost you a game because we gave them 12 extra possessions with the difference in turnovers and difference in offensive rebounding. And even though we played outstanding defense, those 12 extra possessions hurt us.
Seems like those kind of mistakes have been a problem, periodically throughout the season.
Well, we have 2 freshman point guards. We have 5 freshmen, and we've had inconsistent guard play at times, and also our big guys our big guys turn the ball over too as well against Arizona State. I think Nick had 5 and Onyeka 4. A couple of those were offensive fouls, but those were turnovers. So Onyeka set an illegal screen. Nick had 2 charges, and those were turnovers. And so it's frustrating for us as staff because we know we have 8 new players this year, and we only have 3 returnees. We have a lot of freshmen, but that's not an excuse because we led the league in turnover, least amount of turnovers and assist turnover ratio the last few years. Or if we haven't led it, we've been right there first or second. So part of our offensive philosophy is to play smart and not turn the ball over. And so it is frustrating at times, but our players hopefully will keep learning and improving. And a lot of these guys have never been in this situation. The 5 freshmen have never been in the 2 grad transfers, have never been in the Pac-12 either. And Elijah Weaver's a sophomore that needs to keep improving. So we have a lot of guys, and they've never played at Arizona State. And once again, it's not an excuse because we need to take care of the ball.
This is the first extended period of adversity for this team in terms of the first actual losing streak.
Yeah.
Is there any level of concern about how the team
Well,
will
I
respond?
think we've been good on the road all year, and we played well. Arizona, we cut it to 3 with 5 seconds left, and that's a hard place to play. We battled back. Arizona State, we led most of the game and played outstanding defense. Arizona, our offense is very good. Our defense was not as good as it was against Arizona State, but in the second half, late in the game, last 10 minutes, Arizona, I think we held them without a field goal for over 8 minutes, and Arizona State without a field goal for 11 minutes. So can't ask the guys to do any more than that. But offensively against Arizona, we shot the ball really well. We played, and in Arizona State, our offense was really the cause of the turnovers. And so it was frustrating, but those are 2 hard places to play. We lost by 2 and by 5, and so it's not like we're playing bad basketball. Now we didn't play very well against Colorado here. That was a letdown for us emotionally, and but we played 3 good teams, and 2 of them happened to be on the road in close games, and now we have to come back home and try to hold the home court.
Inexperience is one of the biggest reasons for those issues. How do you coach through that? Because obviously, it's something that they have to slowly
we
build up.
love the players on our team. They're hardworking. They're coachable. They try to learn from their mistakes, and they're tough. They're very tough kids. And, this is the best defensive team we've had because of the upperclassmen have bought in, and the 5 freshmen are just tough, and they bought into defending and playing with a lot of heart. So we've been in a lot of close games this year. We've had to battle through a lot of different things. We've been down, we've been up. We've had a lot of close games where our defense has carried us to some big wins, and so it's one of those things where players have to grow up and keep getting better. And we're putting them in position to succeed, and no team goes through a season without failing at some point. And so we've had a few failures in certain parts of the game, the last few games, but we have to keep getting better.
What's the biggest tangible adjustment you guys kind of focused on since Saturday?
Well, we just showed the video of our 24 turnovers, and we were making ways up to turn it over. And I'll give you an example. The first play of the game, Jonah had the ball, and Ethan came off a simple down screen. All he had to do was enter it to the wing, and he threw a left-handed underhand pass out of bounds. So I haven't seen him do that in 4 years. What do you say? Like against the press, we didn't turn the ball over once against the press until midway through the second half, and two of our guys picked the dribble up, and then we had easy time getting in inbounds the whole game until 2:18 left when we had a 3-point lead, and we run that play 40 times, and we got the ball in 40 times, and we had two guys wide open, and for some reason just made a mistake. We just threw it to the wrong team. But it wasn't because we didn't have guys open. So those things are kind of they're hard to watch because they're self-inflicted, and they're not. It's nothing. We executed the play to get the ball in bounds, and two guys were open, one by 10 feet, one by 15 feet, and we just turned it over. So we I think our players were a little surprised of some of the. When you actually see it with your own eyes during the game, things go so quickly, and you don't. But 2 days after, and you look back on it, I think they saw that we were the cause of our own mistakes, and so we're going to keep working and hopefully get better.
Have you noticed when you're going over film with them throughout the season, are they correcting those mistakes as they go on, or are you seeing some of the same mistakes over?
Well, this was an extreme case where we had a variety of different ways. Like Jonah Matthews changed his pivot feet. Got called for a travel. Doesn't happen too often. Ethan did the same thing, changed his pivot foot, and he got called a travel. We had some offensive fouls. We had a couple bad passes. We had against the pressure in the press. We picked our dribble up right away instead of just being smart, so we turned it over in a variety of ways. And so to say, have we learned anything? Yeah, we've learned from different experiences this season. But each game presents a different scenario, and we have to adapt and adjust.
How's Kyle doing just early?
Well, Kyle, obviously it's devastating. The whole team is devastated. It's been it was a very tough weekend for everybody. And Kyle, for him to show up for practice and try to play in the game, and he was sick at halftime, so he didn't play in the second half, but he thought he played well in the first half. For him even to get out there just speaks volume about how tough a kid he is mentally, and it's just a really hard situation. You lose a parent, obviously, and our teammates have done a great job supporting him and his family. We're doing our best as a program to give him the support. But this isn't something that's going to go away. It's going to be with him for the rest of his life, and right now he needs everybody just to support him.
How have you seen the teammates supporting him?
Well, they're nice. They're just nice people. They're great young men. They're caring, and that's all you can ask as a team, to care for each other, and they've done that.
Is he away from the team?
He didn't come to practice today. We're giving him time to do what he needs to do on a family level, and basketball is second when it comes to this. So it's been a very emotional few days for our team, and we'll continue to be here in the near future.
In terms of moving forward, obviously running out of opportunities to get those resume-building wins, does it feel like each game becomes even more valuable now that we're getting closer?
Obviously, our goal is to compete for the league championship and go to the NCAA tournament. So we know we have to win games here. It's no secret. Players know that, and we'll prepare each game by game. And we just lost to 3 good teams and 2 very close games on the road. And as I mentioned 5 minutes ago, it's important for us to be able to win a home game on Thursday night, and we're not even going to think about Saturday. It's nice to say, well, we got to sweep at home. We're not worried about Saturday. We just want to win, try to do our best on Thursday night.
Washington was obviously a tough game for you guys in Seattle, to put it lightly. Just what is the mindset going into the rematch?
Well, we first of all, we're a better team right now than we were then. Secondly, we set basketball back 50 years offensively in that game. So I think after that we won 5 out of 6, so we bounced back quickly. But when we've had 3 games and we're bad, we're bad. We're really bad, meaning the Marquette game, the Washington game, and the Colorado game. So there's been 3 games this year we just didn't have it offensively, and once again, there's some of the youth in the inconsistency in our guard play. But up at Washington, our bigs were 8 for 40 with 8 turnovers between the 3 of them. So that usually hasn't been the case this year. Our bigs have been pretty consistent, at least from a scoring standpoint. But no one played well that game offensively, and so we know we have to play harder and play much better.
In what ways have you seen the team improve since then?
Well, defensively, I think we're playing at a very high level. I thought Arizona did a very good job offensively, especially in the first half, of doing some things to hurt us. They made some threes, and they also got the ball inside. But I thought the last 10 minutes of the Arizona game and then the whole Arizona State game, we're really defending. Arizona was the second team to score over 70 points on us in the league. Washington being the first at 72, and if we didn't have so many turnovers and bad shots against Washington, we should probably keep that score into the 60s or even 50s. So that's our goal.